Welcome everyone to Movie Talks with JDW. Justin here, and today we are going to be talking about The Accountant 2, starring Ben Affleck. And as always, I give you a brief synopsis of the film. So without further ado, here we go. Forensic accountant Christian Wolff teams up with the estranged but highly lethal brother to track down the mysterious assassin. Now, this is nearly a decade after the sleeper hit The Accountant, and Ben Affleck returns as Christian Wolff, and he is part this math savant and part lethal operative. And this time, he has brought his brother with him, which is brilliantly played by John Berthel. And I have to say, I really enjoyed this movie. Just to talk a little bit about the plot, spoiler free, of course. This is set 9 years after the events of the first film, and Christian is drawn back into the shadows when a mysterious message finds the accountant connects him to a string of murders and much larger conspiracy involving human trafficking. And what this film does very well is give you a lot more of dynamic between Christian and his brother. And I really like what the film was able to do with this. And plus, we also get the return of Cynthia Robinson as Mary Beth. And Kristen begins to unravel this criminal web that leads to a harrowing discovery, which I won't spoil, but it is very well done. The plot is really well done. I like what they did with this particular film. And what works for me is not just the story here that is centered around human trafficking. It is the actors, it's the performances, the character portrayal of Affleck and Berthel really shines in this. The chemistry between these two. Ben Affleck is phenomenal as Christian Wolff here, still giving you a performance that is very real and also emotional at times as well, especially when you introduce his brother that was played by John Berthel. And it does such a phenomenal job of showing how these two characters really, there's an underlying theme of family in this particular film, which I won't dwell too much into, but I will have to say this: the film does a great job with its characters and giving us a reason for it to be a worthy sequel. Now, let's talk a little bit about the acting because this is where the film really shines here because Affleck's portrayal as Christian Wolff remains subtle but powerful, emotionally restrained but intellectually intense figure whose autism is portrayed with sensitivity and consistency. Affleck really delivers here. And John Berthel's Braxton adds this counterbalance of chaotic, intense energy. If you've seen him in roles like The Punisher or Shane in The Walking Dead, then you're gonna see a lot of those elements in here, especially that chaotic energy. I think John does just very well. And this one, believe it or not, is surprisingly has a lot of humor, and that's thanks to John's character of Braxton. And the comedy here doesn't take away from the emotional stakes or the emotional scenes, but it's part of his character just being so chaotic and him being his authentic self. Really, I really was just enjoying it from through and through, just with the last of the performances. And Cynthia Robinson as Mary Beth provides just that continuity and more gravity. She was underused in the second act, but she is kind of that straight person here where she's trying to do everything by the book. But overall, chef's kiss to the acting because it really does a really great job with this. Now, in terms of the direction, director Gavin O'Connor really does a good job of giving you this kind of visceral feel when it comes to the action scenes, but injecting more warmth and more humor in this one. While some may find the lighter tone a welcome evolution, others might miss the stoic noir type grit that the first film had. But I like what they did here, especially in terms of direction, because you get a lot more character moments in here. The action scenes do remain intense for those who are looking for the action and tactically sharp, but the pacing struggles, I would have to say, slightly when it comes to the bulkier plot and the longer runtime here. There's a couple of scenes I felt that could have been cut out here, but it does a really good job with that. And as I will have to say, for the music wise, I thought the music was pretty good. Nothing I will go running to get a soundtrack for, but it does do a really good job of really emphasizing the tone and the themes and what it was trying to convey to the audience. As far as the themes and the core of this isn't just an action flick. It's about identity. It's about family. It's about acceptance and what family means. And they did a great job of respecting Christian's autism, and it continues to stand out in this particular genre of how it was done. Ben Affleck's performance really stands out, and they take it seriously. They don't put it into this little box. They treat it with so much respect, and kudos to the filmmakers for that. So, what is going to be my rating? Well, you know how we do here at Movie Talk with JDW. It's either watch it now in theaters, wait for the Blu-ray or streaming service, or skip it entirely. I am going to give this a certified 100%. Watch it now. Go see it in theaters. If you have an Amazon Prime account, I would suggest that you refresh yourself with the first one if you never watched it. But you don't really need to know the first one to know what happened in the second one here, because it's connected, but it's not really connected here. So it could serve as a standalone as well. But this is Justin from Movie Talks with JDW. If you like what we do here, hopefully we'll earn your subscription. Please hit the like button, subscribe button, and notification bells. The Accountant 2 gets a watch it now. Later day.